Morning, guys. Kevin here from Watch This with Joe and Kevin, continuing on season 6, episode 9 of The Sopranos, moving into the bottom half of the last season. I'm wondering. One of the things that kind of hung with me through the week was, as we get towards the end of the show and not knowing what's going to happen to all of the characters, I feel like we've kind of set up a conflict between like Patsy and Tony, with all the collection routes kind of getting shut down as the corporations are out ruthlessing the mob here, which is I think a really funny take on what's happened to America over the last 30 years, and that the middle guy and the little guy get squeezed out, and large corporations are kind of taking over everything, from the as we know now, like all the way down to the housing market. Everything's been completely taken over by corporations, and this show kind of is like hinting at that like even the mob can't outdo corporations and can't stand up to corporate America, which I think is a really funny but also really salient sage take on how America's been changing and continues to change. I think they really nailed that pretty well, and of course they use Starbucks kind of for that as a stand-in. Patsy losing a revenue stream and blaming it largely on Tony. I don't know what happens to Tony at the end of the show, but or what happens to Patsy. He's been around forever, so there's going to be more conflicts that emerge and things that end, some of them violently and some of them not, in terms of resolution. And I feel like they showed us that for a reason last time, and maybe not. They also false start a whole lot and let me think that something important is happening, and it's just kind of a storyline of gripe. We've gotten it a million times with Paulie, where Paulie's complaining, and you think that means he's going to do something, and he doesn't. It was largely an AJ episode, and I have to tell you, I get it. AJ has been kind of in a bad position his whole life, I guess, in that he's lived in his dad's shadows, his sizable shadow, in terms of like why people value Tony. Like it goes all the way back to remember that middle school fight that AJ almost had, and the kid wouldn't fight him because his dad's scared of Tony Soprano. So his own dad kind of getting in the way of that. He's living in that shadow. Everyone seems to kind of value him for who his father is and put the pressure of him being like his dad. So he thought he would go kill Uncle Junior to show he's just as tough as his dad, and just like a character in The Godfather. You're no Michael Corleone, by the way, AJ. And I think Tony's saying you need to grow up he's not wrong about that. I just don't know if that's easy advice to follow. Anyone can tell somebody to grow up, but what do you do from there? On the other end of it, boo-hoo in your overprivileged childhood, how rough things are, not being able to live up to your dad. Most people don't have bigger problems than that growing up, and you've never been the guy that gets away with it anyway. I mean, while I kind of feel for AJ as a character, he's also kind of an idiot. And now that he's in his 20s, he's still kind of an idiot. So it's hard to show him too much love. I may change my mind as the season goes on. Who knows where this goes next? We're going to get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. Appreciate you guys. Special shout out to our super patrons: AB, Actuarial Lurker, Adam Pasio, Balash Fuldez, Derek Peterson, Diana Perry, NTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Lindsay Swift, Lisa Klug, Matt Tyler, Natasha Norris, NJ, No Frills, Squick, Sudaguna Rapu, Sweet Baby Silvernail, Trey Concheris, Wolfgang Wolf, and Yannick from Montreal. So grateful, guys. Thank you for being here with us. Description below, you'll see a link to our Patreon page for all the full-length stuff. On The Sopranos, you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. I watched the first one and I was out.
I know it's my fault. I know I shouldn't let you take off the rubber. I thought we were okay. I was due for my period. My cycle's like clockwork.
Stop.
Let him think.
Drive to AC, make a day out of it.
Are you serious? I love you.
Oh. I don't get the feeling that this is as serious as everyone might think, because I don't know that we've seen her before.
You can bet she's having some other asshole's kid, though, that fucking tramp.
Whoa. I don't know how he even says something like that, knowing the truth that he does. Well, I guess he hates her for a different reason. That makes sense.
As I was telling Mr. Russamano, frankly, $10,000 struck me as quite low.
Oh my God.
Yeah? Well, it seems to me the church has plenty in its coffers for all those pedophilia lawsuits.
Oh my God.
I understand, but I'm sorry. Given the tenor of this conversation, I sense there's a possible criminal element in this neighborhood.
Oh my God.
But for 50 grand, you wouldn't have that sense.
It would demonstrate to me that you take this feast as seriously as the people who began it.
The priest shaking down Paulie. Oh my.
Fuck the hat.
Oh, so they're going to do it without it?
Make a note to call Freddie at the Sawbones. He wants to sponsor the cannoli eating contest. I better see an envelope by tomorrow.
So this is all just a shakedown, too. Everything's a shakedown. Why walk to the front of the car in the light so Christopher can see? Go to the back.
We're in crates. Let's go wine.
They're going to go rob these thieves?
The fuck? Who the fuck are you guys? That's who I am, you little cocksucker. Whoa.
They're stealing the ATM. Okay, so it's not bold. They knew this was going to happen.
Get him.
You get shot over a couple of cases of wine.
Kick the fucking door in.
Oh, fuck!
Did he get hit?
Fucking ankle. I guess I sprained it.
I suppose they'd been driving a while. If he'd have been hitting, if his adrenaline was up, he would have been able to tell.
About that prick's face when he saw the gat.
Grizzly Adams, motherfucker. Oh, whoa.
Do away with the vipers.
God.
How's that wine? Good?
It really is.
Was
I
it?
gotta say,
It looked like he did not enjoy that.
you should toast your wedding at least. Your kid?
Discipline, that's all. Set limits for myself.
You know, on the other side, they consider wine food.
Yeah.
Discipline bothers Tony because he doesn't have any.
What are you doing? Nightcap. The Swiss Army in the console.
How drunk do you need to be to drive home?
You saved my life. In a lot of ways.
Well, you've been there for me, too.
Yeah, that's true, too.
You always had my back, though. Like that day when I came to the house.
Is this about Adriana?
Oh, Tony, how could you even think that?
Where the fuck is she? Where is she?
Please don't.
Where is she?
These guys are so much weaker than they let on. They're so weak.
I can't. I can't do it.
These guys in power, they can stand there and scream, you need to stand tall and take, do your time and not talk to anybody. Whereas they can't do the same thing.
My husband, Christopher. How do you do?
This is what I'm talking about. Stately Wayne Manor.
He's what we call an impulse buyer.
Oh, shouldn't we see the inside first, sweetie?
If it has an inside, we're buying it.
Yes, you should see the inside. and 10 more houses.
Easy on the sugar, hon. They tell me I'm sweet enough. Thank you.
You know what? Phil might make it all the way through this show, too, and that's going to be a bummer.
All right. But in this case, I'm thinking we spare John the stress of having to hear about this.
Well, the situation he's in, he's got enough to deal with.
So they're not going to kick up to Johnny?
Get me Frankie Cosme on the cell.
Gluttons stuffing their faces.
Your nephew?
They broke up, Liz. She ran off.
Oh, she doesn't call me for almost 2 years. My birthday, Christmas.
You two always did have a very...
Oh, Carmela is in denial here.
They admitted they think that he killed her.
Come on, Liz. You're drunk.
Drunk? It's called depression.
Yeah. This never occurred to her how weird that was.
Fireplace, parquet floors, bumper pool table in the basement.
I feel like Christopher's going to hotshot this guy so he can take the money back.
You want some?
Me?
Okay, it's just, if you want.
Maybe he is. Maybe that's just the temptation.
I meant what I said, though. You need to get your ass to rehab. Fucking Narcotics Anonymous or some shit.
He tells him that as he does drugs with him.
Here he comes! God bless you, St. Alzire. Where's his gold hide?
Yep.
2 tours you done. I'm proud of you, my friend.
And everybody's taking their cut.
Tofu
ask
would
him?
make your doctor happy.
Ask him.
Yeah. Brian Spatterford was over the pork store. Had him tighten up the banister and everything. You all right?
You've been debating all night whether to even say anything about this.
Good.
She was probably drunk, huh?
I really don't think she was.
Let me school you on domestic violence, okay?
Oh no, mansplaining domestic violence.
Sour grapes come. He dumps her daughter, all of a sudden he's Scott fucking Peterson.
I thought Aid dumped him.
Yeah.
And he's doing great, Christopher. He's a different person. He's married, he's got a kid on the way. He's focused.
She doesn't even know where he got the wine. He lied about his ankle. Actually, he might have sold the wine.
Yeah, so you go sit in that one and wave to her. Oh, here's my girl. Here's my girl.
Is this little girl going to like this baby going to like this ride? Oh no!
Lady broke her wrist. Some Puerto Rican kid lost some teeth.
Oh, what am I, a fucking dentist? I gotta be up in the morning. I got my fucking biopsy.
All right, I'll take care of it.
It's your event, man.
I close my eyes, I can still hear the screams.
Well, we should all be thankful it's okay.
My baby could have been killed, Tony.
That's true, actually.
Just leave it alone, Janice.
They are entitled to damages. Obviously, there was negligence.
She's going to have a, oh, I hurt my neck fake lawsuit.
Ready, set, march.
Oh, canola eating contest? That's funny.
You owe me money, Paulie. I owe you shit. My wife's got nerve damage. Fuck her too. Get the fuck off me.
I hate Polly a lot.
Yeah, they pay money so they can almost puke. They scream, they yell.
What do you think that is?
They're bored.
Yeah, adrenaline junkies.
Every day is a gift. It just doesn't have to be a pair of socks.
That's good. That's good writing.
Give me an espresso. Don't touch the lemon rind with your fingers.
You need to make a novena, Paulie. Those poor children.
Well, what are you talking about?
You let St. Alzire go without his hat.
Will you listen to this? She had it coming. You both did.
I didn't bring you up like that.
You're a fake. That's how you brung me up.
I hate this guy so much.
In keeping with his long-standing tradition of doing everything ass fucking backwards.
Is that little Carmy?
Should we order?
Yeah. The fuck are the specials?
Artie.
Okay, they are Artie's. I was wondering if that's what they were.
What happened to the regular ride guy? The guy we used last year?
Well, what he wanted to charge? I'm getting killed here, Tom.
Oh my God, he went cheapskate all the way.
Don't work yourself up into a state like you do.
I've been having headaches. I'm afraid maybe the thing metastasized.
Metastasized.
Work something out with Bobby, huh? And Eddie Lynch coming down from Pennsylvania with an envelope. Meet him at the Bing. You call him, you set up a time.
I'm glad he was actually involved in that. Because that could have spiraled.
What's new with you?
Copacetic.
Was that $300 for the 5 cases? 'Cause that's not a whole lot.
How about take it easy, take it easy.
10-4.
You remember the look on the other guy's face?
These guys have nothing to talk about, do they? They've already had this whole conversation.
I need to talk to the doctor.
Is this an emergency?
Of course.
Dr.
Oh my
Cipolla's
God.
out of town. Dr. Pagliari's on call. Do you want to be connected?
Calling his doctor at 3 in the morning.
Hey, buddy boy. How you doing? Any of the girls working yet?
It's like 7 in the morning. Tony's a scumbag, but he's good with kids.
Who is a
Okay, this is making me dizzy.
With a little Norwegian flavor, I'd like to play for you the Johnny Oslo Shadish. It's a typical Norwegian...
Oh God, is this Paulie because he has nowhere else to go to talk to anybody?
Paulie, I don't want to argue.
I don't think he wants to talk. Okay. I feel like we're getting a build here to some of these relationships absolutely coming to a head, and I feel like a lot of it's directed at Tony. I don't know why from this episode, but the way they've been spending time together, and as awkward as I feel like they've been, even after their conversation, which kind of belied that earlier, I feel like there's some type of rift. Like I felt it for a while this season that's kind of growing between, I may be crazy, between Christopher and Tony. I just don't think they're on the same page at all beyond what they kind of express that they are. I think that we keep seeing the Adriana thing and keep getting reminded of it, and I think that's still between them really heavy, and understandably so. I think that, the Christopher might be trying to convince himself, and we kind of see the flashback scenes that Tony's there for him and Tony helped them out in that situation and all that. I think it's the opposite. I think there's a little cross blame there, which is why they're really trying to force, this relationship, fix it through sheer force of will. I don't think it's insignificant that Tony was at Dr. Melfi's office saying how, basically he's bored. He's not grateful for these days he's having. He steals the wine and then the wine doesn't taste as good to him afterwards. I just think everything that he does is kind of losing its flair a little bit. He's again not a happy guy. The artificial high of coming out okay of his the shooting is wearing off, right? He slept with his wife, and he said that he's very grateful to be with his wife after what she's done for him. Yet he can't stop thinking about Julianne. I think Julianne Margulies is playing a girl named Julianne. But we saw her again, and he's kind of trying to get her attention a little bit, although he kind of faded it out. It looked like he caught himself. But I think that there's, with Paulie, with the situation brewing between Paulie and Bobby, with Christopher, with, what's going on with Patsy in the last episode. I feel like Tony doesn't realize it, but he's getting set up to be in conflict with a lot of people, maybe all at once. I don't know what that looks like or how that manifests itself, but this whole thing, Paulie being the normal dirtbag that Paulie is, putting on this event to make money and then, trying to squeeze every nickel out of it he can, even at the cost of people's safety. I think that there's a lot of rot here. With Tony and everyone around him, there's a lot of underlying rot that's kind of being exposed, and I don't know. Maybe the farther we go, the more it's kind of like Rome falling. You know what I mean? Like as we get towards the end of the show, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it has nothing to do with Johnny Sack and his crew. Maybe it has nothing to do with the FBI. Maybe a lot of the problems that are ultimately going to resolve the show, however they resolve the show, are internal. What's going to happen to a lot of the characters, and maybe and probably Tony, have more to do with what's going on inside his own group than outside of it. Because we're not getting a lot of Phil, we're not getting a lot of Johnny Sack, and we're certainly not getting the FBI this season. Maybe they'll surprise me and they'll kind of pop in last minute and be like, we've been on you the whole time. Same thing with Johnny Sack. Now that he and Phil are doing something, Tony and Phil are doing something that kind of cuts Johnny out. I don't know. Maybe there is a way that we kind of get surprised late by the people that they think are in the dark actually aren't as in the dark as they think they are, and they've been setting them up the whole time. But from a first watch halfway through this last season, it's starting to look an awful lot like the problems are all coming from within, from inside the house, and I'm really curious to see how that manifests itself going forward. All right. Appreciate it, guys. I will catch you soon.